Hello students, in data handling chapter we discussed about data, types of data and how we manage data in frequency distribution table. Now under this heading graphical representation of data we are going to discuss how we represent the data by using pictures, by using graph. Generally, data are represented by two way. First one is your table form, that is your frequency distribution table. Second one is your by using graph. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss about how we represent data by using graphs. Generally, there are different types of graphs we use to represent the data. The very first one is your bar graph. First one is your bar graph. In this graph, we use some bars, single bar, double bar, to represent the data. Number two, it's your line graph. In this, we use lines to represent the particular data, and these lines are joined with each other. Third one is your pie chart. Third one is your about pie chart. Pie chart is a type of picture, a circle like a pizza pie, and we use different types of sectors to represent the data. In class 7, we only discuss about bar graphs. These two parts are the part of next classes, means in class 8 or class 9. On class 7, in your syllabus, bar graph is most important. So let's start to discuss about bar graph. As you are observing, what is bar graph? Bar graph is a representation of data by using some bars of equal width. Here we first collect the information, collect the data, arrange that data in array format, then we use bars of equal width. How? Just see. Suppose in a collection of data there are some marks of different subjects. For example, maths, physics, chemistry and English also. In maths, the person received 85 marks. In physics, that person received 75. Chemistry, it's a 60. English, it's near about 74. So these are the collection of data of a person in a test of some marks. How we represent this data on a graph or bar graph? So in this we use first x-axis and y-axis likewise. Generally in this case there is no negative portion, means there is no negative graph. Graph is always positive in bar graph. First, then we plot these subjects on x-axis only. Subjects, and we have to focus that what we plot under the x-axis. Generally under x-axis always we have some physical quantity like what we are observing. In this case, suppose this is your maths part. First we draw the axis likewise, then we plot the points. This is your physics, this part is for chemistry, this part is your English. Clear? Now, our main work to plot these points on y-axis. These are the variable part now. So variable part always plot on y-axis. So see, these are the multiple of 5, but this is not. So we consider some unit, for example 20. We mark a line and this represents 20 marks. Clear? Then 20, the next equal part is your 40, next equal part is your 60, next equal part is your 80. Likewise, the next equal part is your 100. Now we have to draw the graph. See, in maths that person receives 85 marks. So 85, there is a width, these are equal width of 20, 100 minus 80, 20. So this complete measurement represents the 20 marks. So, but here we have 80 plus 5. 80 plus 5 means that fourth part. So this is the height. We use graph paper to represent the data, or we can use plain paper also, but we have to locate these parts with equal width. Also the graph, now use some bars of equal width. Now this represents 85. What about 75? See, in between 60 and 80, there are two. 60 plus 15 means 3/4. Near about here of equal width. This is about your physics. Now chemistry, it's a 60. Remember, we have to draw the bars equal width, and distance between each bar must be equal. Here it's not equal due to some, it's my mistake that this gap is greater as compared to these two. So you have to focus that this gaps are also equal and these gaps are also equal. You must use your scale. So draw a graph properly. Now next one is your English. English is 74, near about 75, a little bit smaller. Now this is your rough. Use pencils to draw these graphs. Need not to use pens. Now this is your bar graph. This is an example of bar graph. Remember, in x-axis we represent the physical quantity, in y-axis we represent the variables, that measurements. So hope this portion is clear to you. Our next topic is double bar graph. Now our next topic is your double bar graph. Double bar graph is used to compare between two different output for the same experiment. For example, we are taking 2 weeks and each day's attendance. 2 weeks and each day's attendance. How we compare? Suppose in first week, this is your first week, this is your second week, now on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, there are 3 days attendance. In first week, number of students present in a class is full. First week, it's a 60. And second week it's a 50. On Wednesday, due to rain, attendance is less. It's a 40. Now again, in second week, on Monday, again there is a rain and attendance is your near about, okay, I'm taking simple data, it's a 40. On Tuesday there is a bright sunny day, attendance is your 60, and on Wednesday due to heavy traffic some students are unable to come, so it's a 50. So if question says that compare these two data by using pictures, by using graph, how we use. So for this again we use the same thing. First we plot the x-axis and y-axis. Likewise in x-axis we use fixed quantity or what quantity we are going to measure. This one means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just see, I am going to take some equal width. नहीं ऐसे नहीं होगा, ऐसे ना equal width. This is your for Monday, for Tuesday, for Wednesday. No, wait. Clear? But here we have to represent two data, so we have to make some gaps. Use the scale and this one, then this one and this one. Now see how I am representing. This is for Monday, clear? Leave a gap. This is for Tuesday, leave a gap. This is your Wednesday. On first week we represents it's a 60. So this is all are the multiple of 10 na? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Now we have to use scale to plot this attendance. On Monday it's a 60, means this is first week attendance. On Monday it's a 60, on Tuesday it's a 50. On Tuesday it's a 50, on Wednesday it's a 40. It's a 40. This is for first week. Now about second week, on Monday attendance is a 40. So this is for second week. We said this one so that we can easily understand that which one is for first week, which one is for second week. This is your second week. That shaded one is for second week. Then on Tuesday it's a 60. This is for Tuesday. On Tuesday attendance is your 60. On Wednesday it's a 50. So see, now ultimately what we have, there is an equal distance between the pair of graphs. Now this is equal distance. You must erase these lines. What you use, always use pencil, I am telling every time. And for bar graph and graphical representation data, graph paper is not required. Main thing is your pencil. So this is your double bar graph. But how we, from the graph, how we know that which is for first week, which is for second week? So you have to write down over here this for week 1 of first week, and this shaded part for week 2. Now this is your complete graph. You are able to receive the full marks on this representation, this type of representation. So hope bar graph and double bar graph is clear to you. Remember, once again I am telling to you that these are the constant physical quantities and these are the variables, right? These are the measurements. On x-axis we plot these, and on y-axis we plot the variables or the measurements. Graphs, bars are must be equal width, as well as distance between two graphs must be equal. So hope these things are clear to you. In case of double bar graph, we must mention these two things, means which one for which graph represents for second week, which graph represents for first week. You can change the representation, that is another thing, but remember, for week 2 graph is always constant and week 1 graph pattern of graph is always fixed. So hope these two things are clear to you. In your book, in exercise 24, question number 1 to 5, this is about representation of data and how we read the data. Suppose this data is not given to us, clear? And this is a data given to us, and this is about attendance. How we read this data and how we collect information from this pictorial graph. So we first read the graph very carefully and see that this part is for first week, and from here we can see these three graphs are for second week. Now on Monday in first week there are 60 students, on second week there are 40 students, on Tuesday there are 50 students first week, second week 60 students, and on Wednesday again it's a 40 students and 50 students. So from this graph only we can collect the information what is given to us. So hope you are able to understand the graphs, means bar graph and double bar graph, that is representation of data in a pictorial way. So that's all for this. Solve question number 1 to 5 of a given exercise, that is for your bar graph only. That's all for today. Thank you.